Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be teaching us how to get accurate neck width and our neck depth. I'll be teaching us two methods of getting that, and I'll also be teaching us how to get our crotch depth for our palm trouser. I'll also be sharing with you two methods of getting your crotch depth and your crotch extension. Okay, so first of all, if you're new to my channel, please hit on the subscribe button below and subscribe, like and share my video, and turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload new video. And we're going to start with the neck width and the neck depth. And the number one method is taking your neck circumference measurement. That is your round neck measurement. Okay, that is our first method. So let's say this is a human head and our neck goes like this and like this. Pardon my drawing, okay, pardon my sketch. So we are just doing a tutorial. So you measure around your neck. You know we have the fullest part of the neck, so you measure the fullest part of your neck round. Don't use the upper part, measure the fullest part of your neck. Okay, so after measuring the fullest part of your neck, let's say your client's neck is 17. Okay, so you're going to divide the 17 divide by, let me use this pen, 17 divide by 5 for your neck width. The neck width is from here to here is your neck width, and your neck depth is from here to here is your neck depth. And then you also, this is for the neck width. Okay, and then for your neck depth, you divide 17 divide by 6 for your neck depth. Okay, so this is what you're going to do for your client. You divide your neck by whatever you get. Okay, let's say I divide 17 divide by 5, it will give me 3.4. okay, equals to 3.4. 17 divided by 5 will give me 3.4. That will be my neck width from here to here, right? And then for the neck depth, to divide 17 divided by 6, it will give us equals to 2.83. 2.83. okay, so you can approximate this to 3 inches because 2.83 is just very close to 3 inches. This point here is 2.75, so this should be 2.8 or 2.83, so it's just very close to 3 inches. So you can just approximate that to 3 inches, right? And then this is for the method number 1. And then method number 2 is if your client is not close, maybe they just send you a measurement or you forget to take the neck measurement. And this number 2 method is one I always use. Okay, I don't need to measure my client's neckline, neck circumference. Okay, so all you need to do is the bust divide by 4. Okay, so let's say my client bust is, okay, my own bust is 39. Okay, when I divide 39 divide by 12, sorry, this is 12 not 4. You divide your bust circumference divided by 12. Okay, so 39 divided by 12 will give me 3.25. This 3.25 will be for my neck width and my neck depth. So I'm going to mark 3.25 here and 3.25 here, and that is what I have on this pattern. Okay, so from here to here is 3.25, from here to here is 3.25. So this number 2 method is one I always use for my client and myself. Okay, so you can also use this if you want to take your client measure. You know, in our basic bodice pattern, we normally use the basic neckline, which is 3 by 3, and that 3 by 3 is not applicable to everybody because some clients have fat or wider neck. Okay, if you use 3 by 3 for them, it's going to choke them, so you need to measure around the neck or you use the bust. This method has never failed me at all, so this is my number 1 method. This is what I usually use. Okay, so that is that for the neck width. I hope that is clear enough, and if you have any question, leave it on the comment. So let's move ahead to the trouser or the pants aspect. So to get your crotch from here to here, you know, if you're using a band, you need to minus 2 inches or 1.5, whatever this thing you're using for your band. So you minus that, whatever inches you're using for your band, you are going to minus that. Okay, so you mark your 10. So this is my crotch depth, and number one method of getting your crotch depth is to ask your client to sit on a hard surface. So when your client is seated on a hard surface, you measure from their waist down to where they are seated, touching where they are seated. Okay, touching that hard surface they are seated. From the waist down to there is their crotch length. I'll be leaving the picture of what I'm talking about on the screen. Okay, so that is the number one method of getting your crotch depth. And the number two method is to divide your hip by 4. So from this point to this point is my hip. My hip is 40, or rather the hip I'm working with is 40. So from here to here is hip measurements, and this is my waist line, this is my hip line, and here is my crotch. Okay, this is my crotch depth, my crotch line. Okay, so from here to mark your crotch, you need to minus your 2 inches or 1.5 and then mark your crotch. Sorry guys, the light went off, so I had to pause. Okay, they took light, never take their light, and I had to pause. Okay, so you minus 2 inches and then mark your crotch depth, whatever you get when your client is sitting down, as in the measurement you take from the waist to where your client was seated or is seated. Okay, you measure from the waist down there, and then you're going to mark it this way, minusing 2 inches or 1.5, whatever inch you're using for your band, and you mark your crotch. Okay, the second method of getting your crotch depth is your hip divide by 4. So let's say the hip I'm working with is 40. Hip divided by 4 is 40. Then 40 divided by 4 is 10. So from this point, I'm going to minus 2 inches for my band, and I'm going to mark on 10. So this line here is 10, which is my crotch line. So that is the method number 2, your hip divided by 4. You can also minus 1 inch from that to make it tighter. If you don't want to have any folding at the crotch area, you can still minus 1 inch from your hip, so you will use 9 for your crotch. Okay, and you can also use the hip divided by 4 is perfect, is okay, but to me I used to minus 1 inch from that. Okay, like my normal hip is 43, so 43 divided by 4 will give me 10.75. I use 10 inch, I minus the 7.5. Sometimes I even use 9 inch and it still come out fine. So I minus the 7.5, I use 10 inch. So you can minus 1 inch from your hip divided by 4, and then you use that for your crotch. That is the second method. Okay, and then for the crotch extension here, which is where so many people used to have make mistake. To get your crotch extension, the number one method is to divide what you have here, your hip divided by 4. What you have here, you divide it by 4 again. So let's say your hip 40 divided by 4 equals to 10. You divide this 10 again. 10 divided by 4 equals to 2.5. Okay, so you're going to mark 2.5 here. From this point, you extend it with 2.5. And then you curve to your waist measurement. That is your crotch extension. Okay, or the second method I use for my crotch extension is I will just mark my thigh measurement there. My thigh measurement, that is your lap. Your lap divided by 2. Okay, you measure around your lap, round your thigh. You divide it by 2. In my case is 26, and then 26 divided by 2 will give us 13. This is 13. And to this 13, I add 1 inch for seam allowance. You can add 1.5, between 1.5 to 1 inch. And then from that point now, you curve your crotch like this. Okay, so this is from here from this I marked go in by 1 inch. We are not drafting trouser though, we are talking about crotch, but I just want to explain this. I went in by 1 inch here, and then from that 1 inch here I marked my waist, and then if I'm using that I'll add 1 inch for my dart. So from this 1 inch now I'm going to curve my crotch to this point. So you connect from here to that point. Okay, so you need to extend this line outward though. Okay, so you curve. If you are good at freehand, you can do that. You curve to this point, and then you take the rest of your measurement, and your trouser is ready, or your short, whatever it is you're making, is ready. Okay, your knicker or whatever you're making is ready. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, like this video, subscribe if you're new, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in our next tutorial. Bye.